Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to go through all of the what I call mid-range renovations, upgrades you can do to your home to increase your property's value. Now, I did a video prior to this of low-cost things that you can do to increase the value, and after this video there will be another one that will be high-cost things you can do to give a very high return. So let's get into it. So you probably watched part one of this series. Now today I'm going to go through like the mid-range stuff. Now all of these things are really important, factual, easy to do things in my opinion to increase the value of your home. And this is all stuff that I've uncovered while working in the field selling real estate. So number one is resurfacing your kitchen cabinets. Now, so many times I go through homes with buyers and they do not like the kitchen and immediately it's like a turn off and they look away. Now, if you like a layout of a kitchen, but it could be really dated, you should consider just, updating the fronts. Usually giving it that style update will give you the improvement that you're happy with. And for the most part, it doesn't cost a lot of money to do. Now, second in line right after this would be replacing countertops. I think redoing countertops, initially people assume that this is a very expensive thing to do, but the cost to do this is really going to depend on what type of material that you use, right? If you get like the very rare imported marble from Italy, then yes, it's going to be very expensive. But for the most part, there are a lot of mid-range options available. And I'm even seeing a lot of porcelain options that imitate really high-end materials like a marble. Now, the third thing on this list is my absolute most favorite improvement that you can do to your home that doesn't cost a lot of money and makes the most significant impact. And this is replacing your front door. Now, buyers decide within the first 8 seconds of seeing a property whether or not they're gonna make an offer. And I can't tell you how many times I'm there, got the key out of the lockbox, I'm trying to get it in the door, and it's literally the same door from like 1960. Replacing a front door is an improvement that you can do that will range in price, of course, but it's not something that you necessarily have to break the bank on. That first impression of that door always makes an impact, and buyers notice that. They notice when a door is new, when the lock is new, even like the new keypad on the door. These are like these small things that if you don't want to spend a lot of money, but you want to make a big impact, definitely spend some time on the front door and even on the foyer in general, because like I said, that first 8 seconds that a buyer walks into your home makes a significant impact on whether or not they intend on making an offer. Okay, next on the list is what I call refreshing the bathrooms. Now, most of the time you don't have to do a full bathroom gut renovation, but people like to see like a new toilet, even like new vanities. They can be fairly economical depending on the size that you're going for. I've seen really beautiful, just nice vanities in your local Home Depot. But bathrooms are something that buyers, when they buy a house, they love to see a bathroom that looks untouched, that almost looks like unused. So you can do a little refresh by replacing the toilet, replacing the vanity, the mirrors, the light fixtures, if it's a powder room, we love a little wallpaper action in there, even like some wall paneling. If you ever wanted to experiment and do a little bit of interior design yourself, the powder room is like a safe place where you can experiment with that. Next is flooring. Okay, now again, the cost of this is definitely going to range depending on the amount of square footage that you need to replace and also the type of material that you're replacing it with. So, on the low end, you're gonna see like vinyl, laminate, and then on the high end, you will see, more expensive hardwood options, right? Obviously, if you decide to do like a herringbone style with your flooring, that will come with the cost. But this is like my list of mid-range options, and replacing flooring does make a significant difference, especially if you have carpet and especially if that carpet is soiled or it's original with the home. You know, a lot of buyers have allergies, especially if you have cats. I highly, highly recommend, if you want top dollar for your property and if you have a little bit of money to spend, replacing your flooring, removing the carpet and adding in, you know, even a laminate. I really love some of the laminate options out there right now. Laminate is really, really great if you do have pets because it is stronger, it holds up better, whereas real hardwood tends to chip and scratch very, very easily. In basements, I'm seeing a lot of really beautiful vinyl. We're seeing like 7-inch wide planks of like this light white oak vinyl is really in right now, and that can be fairly inexpensive. And with the vinyl on a basement flooring, it's very forgiving if the flooring is not completely smooth. So flooring. Now, going back to the kitchen, replacing your backsplash is something that is fairly inexpensive in my experience to do. Right? We just did a backsplash in one of my listings on Alfred Patterson, and that was like, I think just over $1,000. And we were able to give it a nice, new, fresh look. In most cases, you might find that it's cheaper to hire somebody to come and do it versus you DIYing it and messing it up over and over again and spending all that money. So if you are doing your cabinets, if you are doing your countertops, you might as well just do your backsplash at that time. And this could just be the TikToker in me because there is so much DIY backsplash on TikTok right now. It just seems so easy to do. No, I am not qualified to speak on this topic, but I will say that I did do my own little backsplash downstairs in my basement apartment, and it looks pretty good. So doing a backsplash is something that is simple, relatively inexpensive, and makes a really great impact when selling your home. Okay, next is the garage doors. Now, I've already talked about your front door. I've already talked about first impressions. I think we did talk about curb appeal in the last video. Doing a garage door, and this only applies if your garage door is really, really old, really, really dented, raggedy. You know, I mean, garage doors tend to hold up, but over the years, I have seen some that are just really badly dented. They look very worn down. So you always want to prioritize that first impression for potential buyers when they're coming into your home. And replacing your garage door, even giving it a fresh paint job, or if it's glass, making sure it's really, really clean, does make a significant impact for buyers as they're coming into your home. Because like I previously said, buyers decide within the first 8 seconds whether or not they are going to buy a home. So if you're considering selling, go take a look at your garage door and tell me if it needs an update or not. Next, I'm going to talk about your HVAC systems. We are seeing, I think like in the last couple years or so, I have seen a lot of these systems being replaced, and your furnace and AC and your water heater are things that come up when you are buying a property, right? We always ask, how old is the furnace? How old is the AC now? An AC could be a couple $1,000, whereas a furnace could run you, you know, 10, 20 plus $1,000. It really depends on where you are and what your needs are. The water heaters typically are rentals where I am, so it's not a big deal. But if your furnace is really starting to break down, this will be a significant calculation on the sale of your home. If I was representing a buyer who was buying a home and the furnace needed to be replaced right away, I would expect that to be reflected within the purchase price of the home. So if your furnace is really in bad shape and you are going to sell, you might want to consider replacing that. Furthermore, one excellent touch that my contractors do when we are preparing a home for market is just replacing all of the HVAC vents. Now, if you are also doing the flooring, you may want to consider, you know, replacing the vents and having your contractor make it just seamless with the brand new flooring. I have seen this done. It is really a really beautiful touch, and buyers notice these small details. So if you are doing your flooring, I would definitely take this into consideration and run it by your contractor. And last but not least, your kitchen appliances. So if you have white, black, old, broken kitchen appliances, get rid of them and just replace them with energy efficient options, okay? Again, this is my video of like mid-range options, things that you can do to increase the value. So middle of the mark, you can get some really great stainless steel options, energy efficient options that are new, beautiful, crisp. So these are some things that you can do to increase the value that won't necessarily break the bank, but they do make a significant difference from a realtor who has boots on the ground, who is working with these buyers. I am the one bringing these clients through your houses. Please take these things into consideration. And if you liked this video, if you found any sort of value, please like and subscribe. I will be posting after this one my last list of more expensive things that you can do to get an even higher return on the sale of your home. If you'd like to book a one-on-one consultation, I will have a link somewhere down in the description. And if you'd like me to make any videos about any other topics, just leave them in the comments. But otherwise, thanks for watching.